Okay, I want to talk about this Dramagate thing, and in doing so, of course, I'm indulging my recent penchant for drama, I suppose, because I've certainly made enough videos that could file under drama. Though, as Stealth Badger said in his video response here, usually drama, if you're making a drama video, a lot of the time it's something that you personally feel quite passionately about, and it only comes across as drama to another person. There's a real delicious irony to this, isn't there? An exquisite irony that a set of videos made by a group of people, I think with the aim of demonstrating to us all that perhaps we ought to be concentrating a little bit more on videos of substance and on subjects of substance, and less on this padding and flim-flam that surrounds all these different things in Mendham, free thought blogs, conferences, all this bullshit that we seem to be dwelling on and obsessing over. And what it's actually done is it's just created its own body of drama in and of itself. So I really do find a delicious irony to all of that. I was asked, there's another irony to this, I was asked to get involved in this, which is a little bit strange given that I have been one of the purveyors of drama in recent times. My view of drama, by the way, has changed over the years. When I started on YouTube, I was quite anti-drama. Let's stick to the things of substance. I've kind of gone away from that now, and I think, you know, there's nothing wrong with a bit of balance. There's nothing wrong with indulging in your drama whoring side to some degree. But I was asked to get involved. I've got to lay it out here. I wasn't told what it was about, so I can't hold my hand up and say, oh yes, I could immediately see this was a terrible thing to do. I just didn't have time to respond. And that's why, you know, when you're in that situation, you kind of think, well, what about if I had had time? Could I have been caught up in all of this? Well, the fact that it would have been a bit hypocritical for me probably would have precluded me. But what I do know is I wouldn't have quite foreseen the reaction that has actually come about as a result of this. I've got to hold my hand up and say that I wouldn't have seen the strength of reaction that would have resulted from this. And so I've got to imagine myself in the position of these other people and think this won't have been the reaction that they would have expected. They have misjudged this situation and they fucked up, I think, on this occasion. But look, we can all fuck up, and like I say, there but for the grace of God, go I on this one in a purely kind of atheistic sense. And so this is perhaps a little bit of an appeal for clemency here. I can see what's wrong with what's gone on here, as most people can. But let me say, when I make a video, it's just me involved, and I can play it back as I can play this one back before I upload it. And if I don't like it, if I think that's going to come across badly and not in the way that I've intended, or it could be misinterpreted, I can withdraw, I can retract that video. But if you make some kind of collaborative endeavour where everybody releases at the same time, the only time when you see the finished product in the whole is when it's out there and live, and it's too fucking late. So could I have potentially have got drawn into something like this and fucked up in the same way? Yeah, I could have done, and if I did, I would hope that people would cut me a little bit of slack and say, well, Jim's fucked up here, but overall he's not a bad lad. Let's cut him a bit of slack. So on those grounds, if you've subscribed to some of these channels that have been involved, perhaps you've subscribed to them for a reason and not just randomly clicked on the subscribe button. And maybe, you know, everybody's allowed to fuck up once in a while. Maybe it should just be put down to that. Notwithstanding the anger and upset that some people feel, which is quite understandable, I have watched a couple of videos, one by some woman who talked about lab rats that seemed so completely out of scale to what had happened. She tried to explain why she was so annoyed by it, but you'd think somebody had come round and cut her mother up with a Stanley knife or something, that the strength of reaction. I cannot empathise and understand that strength of reaction, but I can understand people being mildly irked by the whole pursuit. But look, let's split this into two things. There was the undertaking itself, and there was the things that pissed people off with that because of the way that it was done. It was perhaps seen as a bit manipulative, perhaps a bit of a waste of time, perhaps toying with people's feelings, and perhaps just the fakeness of the whole thing. And I understand that, but then there is the issue itself, which is the thing that perhaps we're dwelling too much on drama and not enough on substance. There are different ways to get a message across. I watched a video a few days ago by the YouTuber Sky's the Limit, who I think was making perhaps the same message that these people are trying to make in this series of videos, perhaps slightly ham-fistedly, but the message that they're trying to get across. And his video was aimed not specifically at me, but it incorporated my video in it. It linked to my video, and he addressed me specifically with regard to the Free Thoughts Blogs Atheism Plus Conferences thing. And this was something that Sky's the Limit had made videos on, and he said, you know what, I'm roundly sick of all of this. There comes a time where you've got to say, too much drama. And although I don't entirely agree with what he said, I left a message on his video broadly agreeing with him. I can only talk for myself. I can only tell you what my position is. You can do, in the words of the Hodge brothers, whatever the fuck you want to do. But I've kind of made a bit of a pact with myself. The Free Thought Blogs things, the Atheism Plus things, they're things that I feel quite strongly about, and I'm not going to stop finding out about what's going on there. I'm not going to stop making videos on that, but I'm going to try and get a bit more of a balance. As Sky's the Limit said, he could make a video of him, he could get an interview with Richard Dawkins, and it would get less fucking views than if he made a drama video about Thunderfoot. And I kind of agree with him, that does set alarm bells ringing to some extent, and I think that maybe I've got my balance wrong a bit. So I'm going to try and alter the balance of the videos that I'm making, this drama video notwithstanding. I don't think there's anything wrong with indulging in drama, but in terms of the videos that I make and the videos that I watch, I'm going to try and redress that balance a little bit and perhaps look out a little bit more for the videos of substance, as well as the more tasty videos of drama. If that's the message that these people are trying to get across in the project, and as I say, I never got back in touch, so it was never explicitly outlined to me behind the scenes what it was about. If that's what they're trying to do, then I think there's some merit in what they're saying. Obviously, there's no point telling people or mandating to people what they're going to watch. You'll watch whatever the fuck you want to watch. But maybe there is a bit of a point in that, and I admitted that to Sky's the Limit. I'll link you his video, perhaps as an example, an object lesson perhaps of the better way to go about doing these things. I think I've rambled on for long enough, and if I haven't, well, that's just tough shit because I'm stopping now anyway. Thanks for watching the video, and bye for now.